Hold on, let me turn this fan off. Yo, what's going on?
We're live. Go ahead, bro. We gotta do that. Go ahead and do that, man. Give folks some time to get in here. For the folks that are watching this on the replay on YouTube or on Facebook, yo, shout out to you. This is the BTH Friday live, by the way. And we come on here every Friday, briefly to talk about some of the news going on and chop it up with folks from the community. What's up, Corey? How you, bro?
Chilling, man. Sitting on about $500,000.
Oh, okay. I hear you. I mean, I'm broke, baby. Let's make sure this is put in all the right places on YouTube so we can get our folks in here, though. How was your week, though, man? As I do that.
It was all right. MDC play. My play for the week did all right. It ain't do what I wanted it to do, but it popped. I got my 30% off of it on Tuesday.
Well, that's what it is. That's what we're looking for. Is that 30?
I got our MDC play pop on Monday. I got my 30% on that. Then I put my personal play in. I put it in on Monday after I already got my money from the MDC play, and then Peloton went crazy on Tuesday, gave me my 30%, and then that John just been acting dumb all week.
The Peloton?
Yeah, Peloton. So I got my 30% on Tuesday, though. I told you, don't buy it on, don't just grab it Monday morning. You would have got smashed in the head.
See, that's something we got to talk about more when we do our Sunday class in the MDC is literally about what the options, when to get in and when not to get in. So when we come with our play, a lot of times you still have to get a good entry point, because if you don't get a good entry, it doesn't matter how good the play is. So for instance, right, the play that I had, I actually made my money, but I didn't jump in right away. Shout out to Chastity, and I've given her props all week, but me and her were talking, and she was like, "Yo, this is what's gonna happen," and it happened just like she said. So salute to her for that, and it helped me hit my 30%, and that's the power of having a squad too, right?
Squad.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, shout out to everybody coming in, chopping it up with us. Do me a favor, please hit the like button, the love button, hit something, just show us some love out here. You know what I mean? As we have this conversation, we got some articles to get to. We got some things to talk about. So what else is going on with you, good brother?
Man, I've been working my ass off, man. Like, just, doing what people do, man. I gotta find some time to show the people love that's really been showing us love. So today is as good a day as any, man. I really appreciate y'all that come through the MDC, through By the Hood, through all of our partners, DYO, DCG. Like, we squatted up, you know what I mean? Like, we got a lot of partners. If I forgot to mention anybody, I'm sorry about that.
Listen, the Black Day Trader, DCG, DYO,
Lance, High Tech Options,
everybody, bro. Like, it's crazy.
The Ivy Investor. We got a lot of partners, right? So, you know what I mean? Like, our folks is getting served through our partnerships along with coming through us. And what's happening is, my timeline is full of my folks winning. And with that, I would like to say thank you to them for trusting us with, part of their financial education. And on the other side, thank you to our partners and for making it possible for them to win like they winning.
No, man, it's all family here, man. Speaking of that, man, I want to give a special shout out to our brother Jose Sanchez, who I know is watching right now.
Jose wrote a book.
Jose is now a published author, which is a big deal, and I want to give Jose his flowers, man, because we know
happy belated Chastity, happy birthday.
Hey, Chastity, listen, I just gave you your flowers live on air. You might have missed it, but shout out to you, because I told everybody how much of a genius you are. But Jose, I want to give Jose a shout out. He just released his book this past week. Make sure you go pick up Jose's book. Jose, drop the link in the chat so everybody can see where your book is, man, because Jose holds us down every week, every show. And as a matter of fact, the upcoming episode of our podcast, I sat down with Jose and we talked about Jose becoming an author and him telling his story. And listen, Jose is transparent. Like, Jose is when I say Jose is transparent, Jose is transparent. Like, he tells you the good and bad of his whole journey. And now him, I don't want to give anything away, but just watch the podcast coming this upcoming Wednesday. So it's crazy, man. We got a lot of stuff going on. As a matter of fact, let's check in with everybody watching real quick. Roby, what's up, Roby? How are you? Don is in the building. Don, what's up?
We can officially start.
Yes, sir. We can't start till Don pulls up, and he is here. Louis, what's up, Louis? How are you?
What's going on?
Rochelle is here. Rochelle, how are you? Adrian. There's our brother right there. Lou, what's up? What's good? How are you? Chastity is here. Yeah, we definitely appreciate you. Listen, Chastity is a beast with them options, man. No joke. Kev, what's up, bro? Kev. I didn't think, just want to tell you that Kev is a boss, man. So y'all was on here last week, man. Kev was like, I got somebody that need 250,000. And I'm like, all right, I got you. I thought he meant like dollars worth of Bitcoin. My man said, no, 250,000 Bitcoin. I said, Kev, I got to work on that. Right?
Yeah, like that's a giant order, dog.
Yeah, Kev, hey, Kev, I owe you a call, bro. I'm working on. I'm still putting something together for you.
Yeah, we definitely working.
But I'm gonna get with you, man. But Kev ain't no joke, man. Kev doing this thing. Shout out to you, Kev. We appreciate you, man. I can't wait to see Jay's class because I've been doing Ethereum hokey pokey today. Listen, we were late to this show because we just got off the line with Jay, looking at some of the stuff that he's putting in. If you are in the MDC, our private MDC strategy group, that's our private mastermind, Jay is dropping his DeFi stuff in there as well. We're also doing some DeFi stuff with our DCG family. So that's what we about to do in DeFi is insane. I got the course that's 90% done, how to get free crypto every day. And I've also got another course coming. I never told only people inside the know. DeFi on Bitcoin. So that's coming soon too. So we got a lot of stuff that we working on. Hey, appreciate you, bro. I don't know if you're talking about me or Corey, because Corey's hat's fire too. That's the bottom hood. But the Freedom hat is, the black on Bitcoin. Okay, Adrian said she got her book in. Absolutely. Jose, I got the book too. I got it on Kindle because I'm a Kindle dude, but I definitely got it.
I'm waiting for
We got it. Tiffany said, what's up, Tiff? How are you?
Tiff was part of our By the Hood in-person class.
Back when outside was open. Tiff was in the class when outside was open. Stevie, what's good? Stevie, how are you?
What's really good?
Jose, don't worry. Jose Sanchez is super common. My name is James Williams. So we
super common names.
Listen, though, you can hide in plain sight with a super common name, though. It's actually little benefits to it. And you inspire me to pick my pen back up. Look at that, Jose. See, that's right there. That's worth more than a book sale right there. Inspiration. Right. Inspiration.
Pen game sick.
That's dope. That's dope, man.
Outside open, but you taking
listen,
you taking eternal chances.
In the words of Joey Crack, COVID is out there. God bless. It was in there. God bless. Like, I'm cool. I'm still, me and Corey got a thing tomorrow, and shout out to the youth. It's a nonprofit that we're speaking to the youth. I forgot the name of it, but we'll be out there tomorrow. But I need my 6 feet, though. I'm gonna tell the young gentleman, man, I'm here to help you, but I need my 6 feet. God bless. So
yeah, man.
Anyway, man. So everybody out there, man, how was y'all week? We're gonna talk about some stories briefly, as we do this.
Yeah. Tell us where you from.
All right, so let's do this too. Let me get to this first story real quick, Core. Get you, just to get it started. This is an overall story, man.
Ho, ho.
So the stocks end Friday session higher, but the S&P 500 posts a weekly loss. What do you think about the market overall, man?
It was due for a pullback. We was at all-time highs for a minute. So that little, it was due for a little pullback.
It's a part of this article I just want to read real fast. Hold up. It says traders this week have watched a number of market concerns unfold, with infections related to the Delta variant continuing to climb, and the Federal Reserve suggesting its late meeting minutes that officials believe the economy might recover enough by the end of the year to warrant a shift in their massive asset purchase program. So there's a lot of concern in the air, and you really have to be careful about what's coming down. I know a lot of folks think that we're headed for something really crazy. So So just putting it out there. Just giving a little bit of the
be on your P, your P's and your Q's need to be. You need to stand on both of them. You need to be on them P's and them Q's.
Yo, Corey, how you gonna have a table of gods with no LT? I'm just asking questions. Hold up. Well, who Corey? You slander LT?
Never.
Okay. All right. So first off, Kevin Lane, here's the thing about saying LT and table of gods, right? So you talk about LT, you can talk about Lawrence Taylor, or you can talk about LaDainian Tomlinson, because both of them are probably at the table of gods for their position. So I don't even know which one you're talking about, nor which one Corey.
There's no slander for either one of those gentlemen, though.
Where'd that come from? But LT, I don't know if you're speaking to Lawrence Taylor, but if you do, I think LT is the greatest defensive player ever. But that's either here nor there.
I would put him in my top 3.
Yeah, he's one.
3.
Reggie is probably 2.
I got that order. I got that reverse. I got Reggie, Prime Time, and then LT.
Yeah, I got LT, Reggie, and then probably Prime Time. We got the same 3 in different orders, though.
Yeah, like.
And the only reason Kevin, I know we didn't really talk sports, but the only reason I would have LT as number 1 is because he's the only defensive player I've ever seen, like, literally win a game by himself. Like, I saw them play the Colts with Jeff George, and I saw the Colts decide, yo, we're not even going to take a snap under center this whole game because we scared a dude. He damn near hurt the quarterback, got a fumble, got a touchdown. He could have won the game literally by himself. I've never seen nothing like that. And although some will say he cheated because he was high out of his mind, but that's
every game.
I can't take that away from him, man. Shout out to LT.
He was coked up.
Maybe he had help, but he's still that guy. Anyway, Texas in the building. What part of Texas you in, Chastity? Where you at? You in Houston? You in Dallas? Fort Worth? I do. SPY is pumping to keep people optimistic about the economy, war and variant. Like, so some people are saying that the market overall is inflated. Like, it has to like come down at some point because it's been overall it's a little bit too high. Oh, Colleen, Texas. People thought the bottom was going to fall out last year along with the moratorium. It may be this year. Stay ready. Yo, here's the great thing, right? And I'll be honest about this. If you're in the space of talking about finances, here's a cheat code for you. Just come online every day and say, yo, it's about to get bad out there. It's about to get bad out there. If you keep doing
right
it,
one time,
you'll be right eventually. Yeah. All right, Colleen. Las Vegas, probably. Colleen, probably, hope I'm saying it right. Las Vegas by way of Long Branch, New Jersey. Okay.
East Coast, West
Memphis.
Coast by way of East Coast. Memphis, Maine. Okay.
Yo, Chastity, we are huge out Memphis. Our analytics tell us that for some reason, Body Hood gets love out there. We've been on like Fox and NBC News out there. I have no idea why. Like, so we get more love in Memphis, Tennessee than we get sometimes from our home base. They show us right. Love.
Can be. What's up, man? Yo, Chris, the NFT god, the DeFi god.
Hey, listen, man. Shout out to Chris.
Some love. Yo, listen, we've made it.
Chris is amazing, yo. Chris is amazing when it comes to the
busy.
Yeah. Crypto and NFT space, he gets busy, like you said.
I'm from the same place, Robin.
Hold up, though. When I first read that, I was like, hold up, what county is that? Then I realized she said North Philly.
North side.
Yeah, North.
We from the same spot.
Chirac. All right, so Jose said he's still been exclusively trading SPY, been successful all week. Completed my first put. Oh, congratulations.
Okay, you got a book this week and completed a SPY put?
Yeah, you on fire right now, Jose.
Yeah. Jose is on fire.
But what's interesting about that is, I'm going to take time to talk about that. When it comes to options, a lot of people do not like running puts. They just don't like doing it.
They'll just wait for it to go down and then wait for it to come back up. They can run a call.
No, and I understand it because for a while I wouldn't run them either. I felt like it was bad juju to bet on something to go down. It was Diamond Dave. One day, me and him had a conversation. He was like, "You realize there's more terribly ranked companies than good companies." I was like, "All right, man. Let me let my hands go."
There's a lot of trash in these streets needs to be swept up.
But the funniest thing, the only companies that I really ran puts on a lot, which is funny because they become meme stocks, were GameStop and AMC. I ran puts on them for years.
Yeah, we got that from the babies.
Oh, you got Ishkabibbles on your bucket list this year.
Ishkabibbles is that work.
No, Itchy Pimples is fire, but I mean, you will come and get a steak. You can come get a steak. There's a couple other spots we can, you know what I mean? Make sure you let us know so we can, make sure you're in the right spot, if you on this side, man, because, Itchy Pimples is fire.
That's the only place in South Philly that's recommended.
It's all right. It's a little touristy, but it ain't like Pat's or Geno's. It ain't that.
It ain't that at all.
It ain't that at all. They got a little fire. So I give them both their chicken cheesesteak.
Yeah, their chicken cheesesteak.
Their chicken cheesesteak is what they're known for. To be honest,
they get busy with it.
All right, man. So a couple other things I want to go over real quick, and we're gonna get to some stories, but show you a couple articles in terms of things that are going on right now, good brother. Get your perspective. All right, let's see. Here we go. The SEC boss says DeFi platforms are highly centralized and will need to register. All right. So, and it's funny, we were just having this conversation with our brother Jay before we came over here, talking about the idea of decentralization versus like centralization, right? So while DeFi projects are designed to be autonomous platforms that operate without a centralized authority, many are developed and controlled by a centralized team that is incentivized to promote its platforms. So when it comes to DeFi, so DeFi at this point is just being thrown around crazy. It's being thrown around. It's like a buzzword now. DeFi. Understand what DeFi is. And if we're being technical, which the SEC chairman is right here, there's really only one decentralized coin.
And that's Bitcoin.
It's Bitcoin, right? Because even Ethereum to a certain extent, right? You can't control code. Good point, Christopher. You can't control code. But what they can control are developers. And what they're trying to do is come down on them, right? So just understand, like, make sure. What my point in saying this is, read when you see DeFi. Just make sure you do a little bit of due diligence, right? Do a lot of due diligence to see if it actually is DeFi, right? Because a lot of stuff isn't DeFi.
Yeah. They're not trying to control the code. They're trying to control the people, right? Because if you can control the people, the code, it's hard. You would have to start your own to have it decentralized.
And the exchanges, to his point though, because he says can't control code, but they're trying to change the people and the exchanges. Listen, they got Binance is in their hairs right now. Like they're going after Binance heavy, man. Listen, man, CZ about to end up missing. But they're after control. So just be careful with that. It's funny though, right? Because as much as I love Ethereum, when you actually start to read about Ethereum's history and you read about things
not decentralized
or you start to read it. First of all, when you read it, 70% of it was pre-mined, right? And then you start to understand about how the reason Ethereum Classic actually exists. And this is me. I love Ethereum because Ethereum allows me to do other things, like the NFTs, a lot of things we do with banking. But just be careful when you see DeFi, because I've seen people call like Coinbase DeFi. Like I'm staking on Coinbase and DeFi. Just understand the difference is all I'm saying. I want to show you this because the SEC chairman is
they on the whole crypto sphere ass because they want some of this money, right? They're not getting paid all the taxes they think they can get paid out of the space, and so they try and get on their ass so that they can get to us. Like they're getting to them so that they can get to us because of the privatization.
They have to be careful though, because you don't want all the innovation to go out of the country either. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be careful.
That. Our country don't care about that. 100% they don't give a damn about that.
Yeah, Diamond Dave laid out some stocks to look at with the Afghanistan situation blowing up. Listen, Diamond Dave is brilliant, man. So shout out to Diamond Dave.
That's another one of our partners, man.
Yeah. Hey, Cookie, what's going on?
What's going down?
They're about to control Facebook. Everything else is on menu. Yo, I saw Zuckerberg out here wilding this week on TV. Talking about his what he's trying to do with the metaverse. It's funny watching him speak, and I know he's a bright guy, but it comes across like he doesn't realize just how much people don't trust him
at all.
And I think he knows, but I mean, he can't really speak to it. What's he supposed to say? Like, I know nobody trusts me. He can't say that, right? But he be out here talking like you're not Zuckerberg. Yo, nobody really trusts you, B. The reason we use your product is because this is where everybody is, but no one really trusts you.
Like, you got eyeballs. Only reason anybody ever talks to you is because you got eyeballs. No one trusts you with anything. Everybody saw the damn movie, dog.
He talks like his reputation is something different, and I guess he's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? To his point, he's supposed to. But did you see the movie? Did you see the metaverse stuff he's talking about with with his Oculus goggles?
I don't pay that dude no attention because I don't trust him.
Listen, what he showed was a more updated version of what already exists. So I had the Oculus goggles and I put them on and they have the app. Well, before it was an app and now Facebook is building it in themselves. But on the app, if anybody else had the goggles and had a Facebook account, like you're literally in like a whole other metaverse. You can sit and talk to them, but they had to be on your friends list back then. I don't know how the update's going to look, but if they were on your friends list and they had the Oculus goggles,
y'all gonna have a face-to-face, huh?
Dog, you be in the same room with them.
That's not a bad idea.
No, it freaked me out when I had it, dog. I took it and like damn near threw the Oculus on the other side. I was like, yo, that is weird. That's weird. You know, I was just trying to use the Oculus to see like, you know, what it was great for. The greatest thing about the Oculus,
I got one free when I bought my last phone. I still never used that drink.
Oh, you like even though the ones that come with the I think Samsung was giving them away.
Yeah,
some of those actually had applications like that too, but it was like, I mean, outside of adult content, for educational purposes. I just want to see what it looked like. But the sporting events. No, I'm talking about what it's actually good for the sporting.
No, I know. Listen, man.
Listen,
you could have watched the Final Four or a basketball or regular basketball because when they was doing the Final Four, they were saying you could sit courtside with Oculus.
That's what I did, bro. I sat courtside and I literally felt like I was sitting courtside. I said, this is weird, but amazing. The only issue is after a while, you get tired of having them joints on your face. So they got to figure out a way to like make it more comfortable. But in a sporting event, I'm like, when I experienced that, I was like, yo,
you could just stick your phone in the joint like they had like a little.
No, I had those too, like but it's still not comfortable though. Because it gets hot. It's not comfortable. It gets hot.
I don't know because, like I said, I never used it. I ain't gonna say I never used it. I used it in the store when the dude, you know what I mean, was showing me how to actually turn the shit on, use it, and all that. But like for me, it was kind of crazy. I was like, man, I ain't never doing this again, not on my own.
So that was crazy. The sporting event, and the other one was like there's an application similar to Google Maps. So you know how when you're on Google Maps, you're like walking up and down the street. You could do the same thing with that. So you're like literally like walking around on blocks, but even though you're sitting on your couch, you're like walking up and down blocks on Google Maps. So that was kind of crazy too. So, but now they're adding stuff to it. So he's like really invested in that. Here's another story I want to show you, which I found amazing. This is a crazy story. All right. So the Swedish government, they had to pay 1.5 million in Bitcoin to a convicted drug dealer, right? Now, peep the story. Dude had, at the time, he had Bitcoin. They took his Bitcoin and confiscated it when they arrested him. It was about $100,000, right? Now, had $100,000 value. So the prosecutor at the time was like, yo, he has to be stripped of, $100,000 worth of Bitcoin because he made it illegally. They took it. Before they were able to cash it out and get the $100,000, Bitcoin went up in price. So now, and it has the numbers in here, he had 33 Bitcoin, right? Because Bitcoin went up, by the time they sold it, they only had to sell 3 to make the $100,000, which is what was on the documents. So they had to return the rest of the Bitcoin.
Oh, that's gangster.
No, actually, he had 36, so they had to sell 3 to get the 100,000. So they had to give him
33 left.
They had to give him 33 back, yeah, because on the documents it said $100,000. It didn't say 36 BTC. They were counting it as cash and not counting it in sats. So because of that, they auctioned it off, got the $100,000, and by law they have to return whatever's left.
Damn. Ew. I mean, it was rightfully his, so.
Yeah. Yep.
I ain't mad at him. I'm just saying, damn, like my man made a lick. He's short 100 racks though.
Yeah, I mean but still, like listen. I mean, you come out of prison to 1.5. It was like, yo, that was what? That was worth it.
If they didn't take him to prison, he would have came out to 1.6. So, I mean, yeah, meh. I don't have the same disdain for drug dealers that most people do.
Hey, listen, Corey is not telling anybody out there to sell drugs. What he's telling you is don't count your money in fiat.
Yeah, pretty much.
There you go. So that was ill. All right, so Chris was showing us these other goggles out here, the Magic Leap ones. Yo, I seen them before. Let me pull them up on the screen real fast. We living in the future, bro.
Yeah, we already living in the Matrix.
Saudi Aramco, okay.
Oh yeah, they got the deepest pockets in the world.
I wonder. See, these look uncomfortable too, but you know, who knows? Only time will tell. A lightweight wearable computer to enhance productivity.
Lightweight.
See, I'm a weirdo because like I love tech so much. When the Google glasses first came out, I went and bought them. I paid like a shit ton of money for them to barely be able to use them. But these look interesting. You look like an alien with these Jones on, but I definitely
look like you ready.
I ain't gonna hold you though.
I bet you got them. I bet you had them Jones within a week, 2 weeks.
I don't know.
You can't help yourself, man.
Yo, Chris, did you buy some of these? Are they out? Like they hit the streets yet? Oh, see, here you go hating, man. Shout out to Kev Lake, man. He's a Raiders fan, man. I'm sorry to hear that, though.
Yeah. Sorry for your loss, bro.
Hey, yo, Lou, you said 50K this weekend? I hope, from your lips to God's ears. Let's go.
Yeah. The Google glasses.
I don't think they still sell them. I'm not sure.
Them Jones look fly, but them Jones, I heard some mixed reviews.
I had those Johns. I had the Snapchat Johns. The thing about the Google glasses, when you wear them outside, people will look at you because you look like a douchebag with them. That's the only problem with the little, like a straight douchebag with them. Remember when flat screens was 16,000? Man, do I?
Yeah.
And
you never lied. Them Jones
break the little Johnson on the back, the LCD, it would cost you a couple grand to get that, and now you can get one. Next to nothing, man.
You can get a joint for $100.
Got to get a corporate account. Okay, so that's how you got to get that. All right, yo, shout out to our brother Ronnie here. Ronnie, what's up?
What's going on, bro?
Ronnie is another master trader, man. Ronnie out here getting
trader from the Shy. You can't say nothing bad about the Shy. We had some disagreements about what the Shy.
No, man, Ronnie trying to tell us that, and Adrian, I know you hear Adrian, but Ronnie was trying to tell us that the Shy is the black Mecca in the country. And we always having a little Philly versus the Shy debate. Who's from Philly?
Listen, man, I love the Shy, man, but no.
No, I ain't starting that, Ronnie. That's Corey, Ronnie. I don't want no smoke, man. That's Corey.
I want all we can play puff and smoke with it. I want all the smoke, bro.
What's good, bro? Good to hear from you, good brother. Good to hear from you, bro. Man. All right, man. So let me get to a couple of these stories, man, because these are the stories I want to get you guys' opinion on. We do this on Fridays now. See, look at Adrian. Look at Adrian.
Yeah, right. She got to defend her home.
Yeah, she from the Shy too, so she gonna jump right in.
It's no slander. It's just not the Mecca.
All right, so let me get to these stories here, bro. Where is it at? Wow. All right. There we go. All right, so you reading?
I'm an elder millennial.
Because I'm an elder millennial. So he's a millennial, but he's on the older side, for those not understand what I'm saying. With $2 million. Yeah, with $2 million in investments, but a low monthly income. Should I spend my savings to buy a home in San Francisco? So he said he's unable to qualify for any sort of loan required to purchase a home, but so if he has to tap out his investments. So here's a funny thing, right? his low income. I only make about $5,000 to $6,000 per month on a consistent basis.
I mean, that's not a lot of money when you look at it. That's
no. Well, hold on. It depends upon where you're at.
In San Francisco, that's
poverty. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But depending upon where you're at, like that's a nice piece of change. If I'm, if I'm in, I don't want to disrespect nobody's state.
It's different. It's different. Like if you're in Wyoming, you could live for months off $6,000.
All right. Well, that's my point. But his problem is this though. He doesn't want to cash out such a large portion of his nest egg to buy a place to live that wouldn't be anything close to his dream home. But I feel like every time I've waited for the housing market to cool off, it only continues to increase. So there's a couple of things I want to talk about with this story, but I want to know what you guys think, right? So if you're a millionaire, but you don't have a home and you want to buy a house, should you cash out your investments?
No, man. His investment, first of all, his investment's not paying him enough if he only making $5 or $6 grand a month.
Well, he's counting his income. You don't know if he's counting that income. Well, first off,
he got 2 M's My
Yeah,
two M's would make more than $5 or $6 a month.
well,
So he's not doing something right.
well, no. But I mean, he's in San Francisco, so I'm gonna make a lot of assumptions based on that. What if he has 2 M's in stock that don't pay a dividend? I mean, at that point, he still has 2 M's.
Then that's trash.
Give me 2 M's in stock that don't pay a dividend right now. Call me trash all you want to.
I'm gonna cash, but my thing is you gotta cash him out to get the money. So it's unrealized. It's unrealized until you realize it. And so that's why I'm saying, like, if you got $2 million net worth that you gotta cash out to get the money, then he don't actually have to cash that out too, because if he can borrow against it if it's in stock. So he doesn't even have to cash it out, even if it's not.
Now, in a centralized place, when you borrow money against your assets, they still want to see that you have income.
That's true, but he would do fare a lot better than at a bank.
He might not even get approved for it because they want to make sure you can pay it back. Here's the funny thing: when it comes to real estate and borrow, most people don't want the actual asset. They want the cash flow and the interest that comes from it. Yo, Christopher's so in the crypto. I know
the metaverse.
You can buy a house in the metaverse and use it as leverage.
Right.
All right. So for everybody out there watching, if you have a multi-million-dollar in assets and you want to buy a house, you cash out your assets, or do you continue to rent and just what do you do? I want to know what you guys think. Should you cash out those assets, or
depends on what those assets are? All right. It really depends on what those assets are.
Well, I mean, obviously they're not giving them cash flow. What do you do, Cor?
If it's not cash flowing, then I'm cashing out. But I'm not buying no. I ain't gonna say I'm not buying no house, but I'm not cashing all the way out to get no house, because he only still make $550. He's never going to get back to that 2 M's. Not at that salary. I ain't gonna say never, but like
it depends, because the thing is, it's not like he's buying a pair of sneakers. He's buying a property, which will have the actual value too.
So he's talking about living in that property.
No, understood. But it's still, here's the thing about real estate. Real estate is also a store of value, right?
It is a store of value, but my thing is, even if it's storing value, right, at the time that he starts to live in it, it becomes a liability, right? Not to say that it doesn't still hold value. It still doesn't give you tax benefits and all of those kind of things. But you still have to pay for the upkeep and all of that kind of stuff. So if he's buying it for, to live in, I'm not cashing all the way out to do that. Yeah. I'm just not doing that.
No, that's an excellent point, because even if you pay for the house outright, you still got taxes. So I mean,
you gotta pay taxes and you still got to do upkeep.
Yeah. But real estate is I want to bring that point up. The real estate is a store of value, and for a long time, people considered it the greatest store of value because it's one of the stores of value that has the ability to produce cash flow. You know what I'm saying? So, so here is some comments about that. Jose says, continue to rent. I wouldn't cash out on my stock holdings. I don't think he's counting the appreciation of the portfolio. I would cash out those assets to buy a house somewhere else. Adrian says suburbs. If I'm working remotely, another state. Yeah, there you go. Chris is still in the metaverse and said there is no upkeep in it.
There's definitely no upkeep in the metaverse at all.
Hey, Chris, let me ask you this question if you want to answer this. What is your favorite metaverse out of all of them? Just wondering. Cashing out stocks for a house is exchanging one asset for another. See, that was my point, Don. Like, I guess it all depends upon the other factors, but to me, a lot of times when folks say, well, I'm going to do this, and they say, I'm going to buy a house, I look at it a little bit different. But it all depends upon a lot of the other situations. But I agree, it's an asset. Not cashing out, stack the divs and return till it buys the house. Waited this long. I'm assuming it doesn't get divs. Here's the crazy part, though. A lot of people in San Francisco have a lot of money because of the startup culture out there, but they don't have any cash. They be millionaires on paper with no cash flow because there is no dividends. All right, so I just take whatever it was that would amount to a 20% down payment just so I wouldn't be underwater, but I wouldn't buy it outright. Problem is, if you took enough money down payment, he don't make enough money to pay for Yeah,
he don't make enough money.
Hey, Christopher, that's all you guys say. I'm in there. I ain't, because one of the things, your first and third are the only two that I've actually operated in. I've actually scaled down the metaverses because I found myself every time a new one popped up, I had to do something. and I believe in like focusing. So I only have Sandbox and I don't have crypto voxels, but I do have OVR. That's it. Yeah, Kev, talk about it. You said a shack in San Fran is $810K. I could buy a block in Philly for $810K.
Right? Whole city block for that amount.
Yeah, that's why. That's why. Again, it's all relative, right? So, all right, let's get to another one real fast.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah,
there's a lot of different answers to that one.
It really is. It really is. All right, so here we go. My late father's will says we must pay our stepmother's expenses while she lives in his home and pay her $25K if she moves. He left the home in his will to both of us. The home was paid off by us shortly after he passed, as was requested in his will. All right? And this is not in the metaverse, right? So I'm gonna put that out there before Chris says something. My father did have a will, which I'm thankful for, but it was brought extra stress for both me and my sibling. Although he had a will, the final version was not prepared by an attorney. The previous version, written in 2017, was prepared by an attorney, and that version was edited by someone with zero legal training. In his will, his second wife of 2 years, both of us are from his first marriage, was given lifetime rights to the home they shared. My father owned the home for many years, and he left the home in his will to both of us. The home was paid off by us shortly after he passed, as we requested. So it says, we as children have never had any issues with his wife remaining in the house for her lifetime. But the will also stated that his children were to pay the HOA fees, homeowners insurance, and taxes for the home and land for her lifetime as long as she lives in the home. This amounts to annual expense of over $5,000, to which no funds were allocated in the will. She inherited his life insurance policy, his checking and savings accounts, collectively worth $125,000. He had zero outstanding debt when he passed, which made his estate rather simple to handle. The will also stated that if the wife decided to move in the future, his children were to pay her $25K to buy out her lifetime rights on the property. Core. What should they do, y'all?
I can't say what I would do.
She got him. Got him.
I literally can't say what I would do.
Big Welvin voice. Got him.
I can't say what I would do.
Here's the crazy part. I didn't even finish reading the other part. I'm just going to tell y'all. She's 50 years old. Pop was her 20, 30 years her senior. She's 50. So that means that they possibly could have to pay for the next 20 or so years. So she got a setup where she gets 6 figures in cash, and she gets to live in a house and have all the bills paid for the house.
You know what I would do? I would take her to a rock concert right now.
Throw a surprise party? As they say on state property too, throw a surprise party?
No, I'm just going to keep taking her to all the rock concerts I can find all around. Like, just take her to a lot of places with a lot of people in it.
Hey, so Cookie says a life estate, right? So that's the thing. There's different ownership rights in property. That's a life estate. Hey, Cookie, what you studying for you studying for your state exam or something? Adrian says she.
But if they don't pay it, then she get the house and they don't get nothing.
His dying wish died with him. Now, Chris, I pay up. You're walking into bread to the fact. Yeah, but like she got this for at least, like, she's 50, so we don't know how long she'll live. She got that set up real nice too, with the extra will made that they ain't know about till after he was gone. Yeah, she got it made. She set that up. She's special ed out here. Let it foreclose.
Did buy it back.
He said she's on special. Exactly. Cookie, I knew it. Anytime somebody says life estate, I knew they're studying for that state exam, right? Because that's like the last time you'll probably hear it.
Ain't no, like, listen, I ain't gonna say it ain't no way.
I don't know what she says.
I don't know what their money situation is, right? Because I mean, not, man, soul food. That's why I said I'll take it to Lollapalooza every week. You know what I mean? Like as Fat Joe said, COVID is out here.
Somewhere, God bless.
Somewhere, God bless. I take it a Lollapalooza every week. Drop her off. Like,
hey, listen. What I will tell you about her, I don't know her. She ain't no dummy though. She set that up real nice. She living life. She gonna move another dude in there.
oh, that's real. And you gotta pay for that. Oh my God, yo.
That's
you gotta
nasty.
pay for, that's foul.
That's nasty work. That's nasty work, yo. She gonna move another dude in there, like
yo, that's disgusting.
He gonna be walking around like Melvin, like from Baby Boy.
Yeah, like that's why I said, like, I just be taking her to every single concert. I just be taking her out in the streets. Like, where can we find 50,000 people to cough on her?
Listen, man. But the reason we read these stories are because this is some of the stuff that happens in real life. So the lesson from this story is, she can get Chick-fil-A from a mobile app Monday through Saturday. She gonna be chilling.
Yeah, man.
she got money for doing that. She got $125K in cash.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, they trying to give her they trying to give her hypertension. They trying to get her out of here.
I know what they trying to do. She ain't no dummy though. All right. So with that being said, right, the moral of this story is make sure Southwest tickets to every red state. Yo, make sure that you understand what's on the paperwork. A lot of people say, I got a will, and that's what Dad said. Dad probably said, I got a will, and they said, cool, Dad got a will. Find out what's in them papers, man.
He left them bills, yo.
He left them bills. You can get this crib, but that's after she gone. She threw the Uchi Wally on old head Pops, and he's like, take whatever
bang,
you
want. With the Uchi bang bang.
Pops was like, you can have whatever you like.
Yeah, she put the Uchi bang bang on Pops.
Yeah, so I mean that's unfortunate, man. But this is what happens when it happens out there, man. So
man,
be careful, man. So I got one more of these stories for you. I want to see how you guys think about this. Remember these are real world scenarios. All right, so it says my stepson bought a home with his now ex-girlfriend. It doubled in value to $400K. She's willing to accept $50K. Should I intervene? They are now breaking up. It's a sad, messy situation, and his girlfriend's mental state is fragile. So her husband's son has been living with his girlfriend for 10 years. They bought a house with land in a very popular state about 5 years ago. Now they're breaking up, yada, yada, yada. I think she's hoping they will work things out and get back together. Her doormat mantra is, I just want to make him happy. $50,000 does not seem kind or fair. I can't stand to see him take advantage of her. What would you say to her? What financial advice would you give? Or perhaps I'm the one who needs advice to butt out. So she's saying that she's not even taking her stepson's side. She's saying her stepson is robbing the chick because the chick obviously wants to get back together. So she's just telling him, just give me $50K. And
he had a crib that's worth $400.
Yeah. And she feels bad for the girl, even though it's her stepson. Should she mind her damn business?
Yo, man. I mean, unless she gonna put her money up, like she need to mind her damn business. Like unless she gonna pay that $400.
Yes, sure.
Yeah, sis is definitely sunshine.
She put that sunshine on old head. But no, what do you think though? You think that she should?
Listen, she should mind her business unless she got that $400K to buy the crib outright. Like unless she gonna buy it, she need to mind her damn business.
All right, so all right, let me go through these comments. I want to ask Don a question, especially when parents get remarried. Mind your business. Keep your lips sealed. So Don says, karma is real. Do right by people and people will do right by you. So Don, let me ask you this question, Don. If that's your kid or stepkid, what do you do? Right? Do you say, look, you got to do the right thing and give her half because you know what the value is? Or what do you do? I mean, this is a real life situation.
Yeah, like you gotta put your money. Like if you're gonna be giving advice, you gotta be ready to put that money involved in it. These is adult people. Like everybody in this situation.
So I guess the question here is: Do you let your kids?
Do you tell it's worth $400K? Now, if you want to be snitchy poo and say, all right, you selling a $400,000 house for $50K, you know what I mean?
All right, so now we got some comments here, right? So I want to read these, right? So Chris says, "Will she do the same?" And I'm going to read Cookie's comment. She's naive. She needs to be educated. Do you take it upon yourself to educate someone who's not the one that you are affiliated with? So here's Don. The guidance I'm giving is telling him to do the right thing, but he will do what he's going to do. Okay, so you tell him to do the right thing. You don't snitch on him, but you tell him like, yo, you can't do that. I respect that.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you going to if you feel like he's taking advantage, that conversation need to get had. But at the point after you had that conversation, either you got to put your money up or you got to wash your hands of it.
Mm-hmm. I get that. All right, I'm not mad at that, Don. All right, Don broke it down, gave some context to what his comment was. I'm okay with that. Tell him like, yo, do the right thing. Spike Lee voice. But
my thing is, what's the consequences if he don't? And see, that's the clear thing, like, because if he do it and then it ain't no consequences to it, then what's the reason for you to say it?
Yeah.
All
right, so here we go.
If he don't.
Now Mecca getting to the meat of it. Let's get more to it. The stepson and the young lady aren't married. She's not entitled to half the house, or they split on the mortgage 50-50. Didn't say that. It just said they bought it together.
I mean, if she's willing to sell it to him for 50 racks, like, why are you?
Mecca, that's a good point though, because now I'm gonna say something else. If you are buying a house with someone, right, and you're not married, y'all have to have that kind of conversation
way before you
buy it, right? Generally speaking, I haven't bought a house with someone like, real estate partnerships, but there's an operating agreement there. So I guess you got to have something similar to that. Like if you're not married and you're buying a house with somebody, like what is the plan should this not work? And that's the thing. So we have an excellent episode of our podcast. What's the young lady's name, Corey? The attorney that was telling us about Shabri Parker. That's who it was. It was Shabri. Shabri was talking to us about prenuptial agreements and how in our community we look at them the wrong way. And prenups are actually there to protect us on both sides. And we have to kind of like remarket how we look at prenups. Now, they're not married, so there's no prenup, but there's paperwork that could have been done. Her point was when you go into any sort of situation, buying a big purchase together, you got to have the hard conversations at that point. Like, yo, if this don't work, this is how we splitting this. We splitting this 50-50 or whatever it may be. But you got to have those conversations. Like when things are good is the time I had a conversation, not when you're on the middle of a bad breakup.
Yeah.
You say that now, Adrian. That's because you ain't met the right brother from Chicago.
You ain't met Sugar Papa yet.
Change your life, show you things, and next thing you know, Adrian gonna be here like, I'm buying a house, y'all. But we talking grown people. I can't do anything. There is no consequence coming from me. I can only give guidance to grown folks.
Right. I'm giving guidance, and then if I ain't got no money, I'm watching my game.
But when they're your kids, you're gonna give them guidance forever. Listen, when you
that's a parent, my question, right? Because I got kids.
Parents don't know how not to give guidance. Like it can be.
So what I'm saying is right. I got my son 14, right? Whatever situations he getting into, right? If I'm not, I'm going to give guidance, but the thing about it is when me and my son have talks now, I always tell him the consequence of his actions. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I mean? So let's say he's in this same situation and she's selling it for $50,000. I don't have all of the details about how it was bought and all of that stuff. But I'm like, yo, dog, like that house worth $400K. There's a raw deal for the young lady if y'all went 50-50 and everything was, halfsies. Like, yeah. That ain't the right move. I think you should do better by her than that. Right. Mm-hmm. I ain't going, I'm not going to encourage him to pillage the young lady and take that large split. But on the other side, I'm not telling her nothing because that's not my child. Like,
no, I think I don't know who her folks
is. I don't know who her folks is, but I don't want to get involved in her family drama.
I think once Don cleared it up, that's exactly what Don was saying. He's saying the same thing. I'm just saying that to me, this is a conversation that you have to have going into it before it gets to this point.
I'm gonna talk to my seed and then I'm gonna let it go from where it is. Because if it ride, I'm gonna ride with him.
Because the one thing I do know about life is documentation beats conversation
every single day of the week, which is why your point about Shabri was the correct point. Like, you got to have that conversation up front.
Yeah, I will talk to her and him, and it's up to her to see if they can come with an agreement that they both can live with.
You're a good person, Cookie. You're a wonderful woman.
Sugar Papa. Yeah, Corey definitely called him Sugar Papa.
Right.
I watched too much Judge Judy be buying assets with a boyfriend.
Can't be learned. She learned by other people's mistakes. She ain't had to make them.
Oh man, listen. So listen. This is stuff that happens in real life. That's why I want to get you guys' perspective on it, because again, as I say every week, a lot of finance situations just aren't cut. They're not cut and dry. They're real life scenarios that people go through, and you have to figure out how to navigate that situation. Now, last thing I want to talk about real quick before we get out of here is I want to talk about dollar cost averaging. I've been making it my business. That's about to be my new motto, probably for the next year.
Man, stack sets of Don trying, dog. You got
that's my current one. That's my current one is stack sets of that. But dollar cost averaging is so important, and I only bring this to you because of conversations that I have through the week. So through the MDC, By the Hood, and all this, we're having conversations with people from all across the states and even other countries, literally every day, and one of the things I recognize is people not understanding dollar cost averaging. And I know Don will like this because Don, shout out to Don, but we got to bring Don on the podcast, man, because Don is amazing. Don is out here on Twitter, Facebook, and everything, giving out great advice all the time. One of the things Don always talks about is just having a long-term time. Investing over time, right? So I want to make sure that we talk a little bit more about like dollar cost averaging, right? A lot of times that's the stuff that doesn't go viral, it doesn't sell, but it's a fundamental thing and it has to be talked about. So whether folks care or not, we got to talk about it, right? So I'm a Satoshi addict. I like stacking sats. It's actually fun for me. So I'm going to use BTC as an example. So here's a calculator for you guys, by the way, and I'll give you the website is dcabtc.com. And what it allows you to do is to see just by dollar cost averaging how much of a stack you could have built up over time, right? So I buy Bitcoin every day, right? I literally buy it every day, no matter what happens. I don't care if it's above 60,000 or if it's all the way down to 3,000. I'm buying every day. But let's just say, for argument's sake, let's just take a number. Let's say you bought, let's say $10. $10 a day.
For daily. Yeah, there you go.
Let's say, let's do 5 years. Let's say you started 5 years ago. So about 5 years ago was what, about 2016? That is kind of when we started too.
Yeah.
All right. So by doing that, right? And here's the thing too. You can actually, you'll have about $254,000.
Which is about 6 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You have 6 Bitcoin.
You right now will have 6 Bitcoin. And your total investment would have been $18,000. Now, if you compare that to other assets like the S&P and gold and all those kind of things, you can actually see where that stands up. So you would have had more. You could invest that same 18,260 into both gold and S&P, and you would have beat both of them just by having Bitcoin. But the point is, this is all dollar cost averaging. This is small amounts that's building up over time, but you have to have that mindset that Don talks about all the time. You can't be looking. See, a lot of times we get caught up in like screenshots and all the craziness, but it's really about the long build.
Yeah, man. Slow grind is forever grind.
So let's just try this one to record, right? So every 2 weeks, let's say $50. Let's say somebody had $50. They put in every 2 weeks when they got paid, right? So they're doing bi-weekly $50. They would still have $92,000.
They still have 3 Bitcoin or 2.5 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Well, 2 because Bitcoin is almost 50. So they had 2 Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm. You have 2 Bitcoin, and that's $50. That's literally $50 a check. Now, I say that to say this, and this is not investment advice. Anything you see on here is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Trading involves risk. We are not financial advisors, and we are not giving financial advice. The long term is what I'm really trying to hammer, because as I show you this now, it's easy to say, damn, I wish I would have did that. But
you can get started today.
it's August
And 5
20th.
years from now, you'll be looking at this like, damn, I was right.
Where my phone at? I'm about to set an alarm. I'm gonna set an alarm for 5 years from now, right? So 5 years from now, I'm gonna set an alarm, and whatever that Friday is of that week, I'm gonna come on here and I want to see what would happen if you would have put $50 every 2 weeks. See what happened. Thing is, a lot of folks still ain't gonna hear me.
They don't hear you though.
But it's all good though, because I'm gonna keep talking about DCA. I'm gonna talk about DCA
till their ears bleed.
Yeah, till I get sick and tired of hearing myself. So let me see. Investments before situationships.
Or every day.
Sugar Papa sound like a Dr. Umar bar.
Don cutting at me. What's going on, Don? I thought he was brown, bro.
Big brown. No, he cutting that Umar. He cutting that Umar, man. 2 years ago was 800. This is true. This is true. Long-term investing will win the race every time. It didn't go down to 800. Well, 2 years ago was it probably was because it was right because we in 2021, so that's 2019. Yeah. That's what Gus' disclaimer should be. Hey, Kev, slander my gambling guy, Gus. Definitely should be. It's easier on the mental for me. So, Don, let's talk about this. That's another advantage of DCA.
Set it and forget it.
DCA allows you to not even really think about it, right? So, like I said, one of the things I want to talk about more is some of the fundamental things and not just the flashy things, not the screenshots showing 1,000%, but getting back to the fundamentals. And it definitely makes it easier on your mental. You're investing, you're putting your money to work, and you can just go live life. Because that's what it's about. It's about lifestyle design and living life, not necessarily having to, follow every single minute of the market. That's why I don't buy a lot of coins in general, right? Oh, okay, let's see. So Raquel says, I started DCA and the BTC. Unfortunately, I only started in January, but I 1x per month. I think I should chop that up, not asking for financial advice. Well, all depends upon your specific situation. Yeah. How do you get paid? Does it suit you better to do it once a month? Because here's the one thing you have to understand is, well, first of all, Rock, let me ask you a question if you don't mind sharing. Where do you buy it at?
Yeah, right.
Where do you buy it at? Because that matters. Because if you're spending, because it's going to cost you to buy every time. Now, and I put up a post today, and a lot of the private groups, the folks that are in the private group saw it, about the absolute cheapest way to buy Bitcoin. So if you're buying it once a month, then it might be beneficial for you depending upon where you're buying it because you got to cut them fees. So Rock, if you don't mind me asking, let me know where you're buying it at. Are you buying it on Coinbase? You buying it on Gemini? Are you buying it on Cash App? Like, where are you buying it at? Because you're buying it from any of those three places.
You're getting smacked.
And I'm going to show you where to get it cheaper. I got it for cheap. I'm like, yeah.
You wild.
Wild shit. Yeah. I got it for cheap, yo. Yeah. Listen, man, shout out to the clips. But no, so Don, man, I'm definitely got to talk about that more. I know you talk about it all the time, man, but we got
told Don can breeze through.
Yeah. Oh. I'm in NY. We centralized exchanging it. Oh, NY, that's nasty word. If I'm in NY, I probably would buy it possibly monthly, and I still wouldn't use Coinbase. I probably would use Gemini. NY is a little different. Now, there's a way, even in NY, to buy it for next to nothing. But there's no way I can explain it to you like over this platform because it involves using some Python code and putting it into a server. But it's a little complicated, but it'll buy your Bitcoin probably for 5 cents. Yeah, for like $100 for like 20 cents. Let's put it that way. Yeah. But Rock, if you got any questions, you can always inbox us at By the Hood, and we can definitely help you out there. But listen though, for the folks still here with us, we're gonna cut out in a minute, but I want to talk about a couple things real fast before we get out of here. Our most recent podcast, right? We got our brother Kurt from Head Nerds in Charge, right? They are a blurred entity, and what they do is amazing. So make sure you check out Head Nerds in Charge. Check out that podcast. We had an amazing conversation about blurred culture, about the business of it, about the money being generated in content creation. Also, we talked about with some of the most fire shows on TV, so that was fun. We got a partnership with them in order to bring some financial literacy to that space. So that's going to be pretty much fun. Upcoming episode of the By the Hood podcast, we got Jose Sanchez, right? You know, and then Kev, I see you. I got you, bro. We definitely got you. I'm working on that this weekend, man. So make sure you check that out because Jose talks about his story, and Jose is very transparent. A lot of you guys know Jose from online, and you see him in our thing. But when you watch this, you're going to learn a whole lot more about Jose because I learned a lot about Jose, and he's just very transparent, a very good brother. And we had an amazing talk. So that'll be out this upcoming podcast. Yeah. Other than that, man, we outside tomorrow. Anybody in Philly? Matter of fact, I'm going to tell y'all where we're going to be at tomorrow because it's going to be we're doing some work.
We're at somebody's tabernacle.
Yeah, Kingdom Life Church Ministries on 770 Tabor Road. We there tomorrow from like 11:30 to 1:30, talking to the youth about staying out of the street and getting into some crypto and some real estate. That's what we're talking about. It's organization is called let me see, the Brothers Brunch. So we're doing some community work tomorrow. We back outside for the folks in the community. Anybody that has any sort of nonprofit or community organization with the youth, and you need us to talk to them about investing, real estate, stock market, crypto, whatever it may be, reach out to us. Anytime it's for the youth, there's no charge at all. We pull up, we talk to them, try to get them their interest peaked in a lot of these spaces. So that's kind of what we do. So we'll be outside tomorrow with that. Sunday, we on the Black Wealth Project with our partners, the Finance Rebel. You know what I'm saying? I got to see if Malik come back from vacation. I don't know. But also Courtney, Tracy, Kamari, all of us will be there on Sunday evening. So check us out there on Sunday evening. Other than that, Cole, what else you guys say, good brother, to the folks out here?
Yo, man, if y'all out here, you know, in these investing streets, be very, very careful out here, man. You know, this economy, we got these variants getting out here. Like, take your health seriously. Watch yourself. Take your financial health seriously. Watch yourself there too. You know, be safe. We love y'all, so you know what I mean. We want to see y'all back.
And Don,
right here with us, man.
Don, when you get settled in VA, let us know, man. We definitely can chop it up. Adrian says, "All right, crypto for Jesus, y'all." I want to see if Corey gets struck down when he walks in the place.
Right.
But listen, though, they listen. The one thing I'll say is the church gave, like, you know, it's not a church thing, but they gave us the space to make this happen. So, you know, as much as we slander that place, when they actually do a good thing by trying to help the community,
you gotta say what it is.
Yeah. So the church gave the organization the space to do that. So, you know, you got to give them credit there, man. You know what I mean? Jamil, what's up, good brother? How you?
What it is, though?
Yeah, man. So, yeah, please be safe out there, man. Please be safe out there, man. Check out everything we got going on. If you guys have any questions, like, our inbox is open. You know what I'm saying? We talk to folks every day. We don't put your business out there. We just try to make sure everybody is set up and straight. You know what I mean? Because that's what it is. Oh God, one of my coworkers is out with COVID. Another friend is a long haul. Oh man, it's getting crazy out here, Adrian. It's getting real crazy out here, man. You know what I'm saying? I was supposed to be in Atlanta for Invest Fest next week. I'm not going to be in Atlanta for Invest Fest. I'm going to have my ass in Philly, probably talking to the youth. That's another thing, too. The internet has allowed us to do a lot of community work, too. So if you have an organization and you want us to talk to them online, it is what it is. But, you know, COVID is out there somewhere, God bless. That's all I'm going to say. But, yeah, man, so shout out to y'all. We appreciate you. You know, stay in tune with everything we got going on, man. And we'll see y'all next Friday. Peace.